Sex work in Thailand, a story of exploitation and desperation. The reality is far more complex, as I recently discovered through the remarkable journey of a young woman who transformed herself from a teenage mother in the rice fields to a survivor in Phuket's bustling bar scene.
What circumstances led her to make such a dramatic life change?
Well, it started in Buriram, northeastern Thailand, where she was earning just 200 baht, about $6, for a full day's work in the scorching sun. At 17, she became a mother to a son named Tong, and with other family members depending on her, she knew something had to change.
Hmm, that kind of economic pressure must create impossible choices.
You know what's fascinating? Instead of accepting her fate, she made this incredibly bold move, packed a single bag, and took a bus to Phuket. Like, imagine going from quiet rice fields to this kaleidoscope of neon lights and tourist energy, barely speaking any English.
So, how did she navigate that massive cultural shift?
Well, her first break came from an unexpected source, a mama-san, like a maternal bar manager, who spotted her watching the bar girls in their crisp uniforms. And get this, instead of throwing her into the deep end, the mama-san had her spend the first night just observing, learning the ropes.
That's actually quite methodical, almost like an apprenticeship program.
Exactly. And she approached it exactly that way. She couldn't read English, so she memorized drink orders by pictures. She studied how successful girls worked the room, picked up language phrases, learned to read customer body language. It was like, um, getting a PhD in survival skills.
Tell me more about the economics of it all. How did the system actually work?
So here's where it gets really interesting. They had these strict quotas, 20 lady drinks every 10 days. Each drink earned a chit, and her first night she made 490 baht plus tips, bringing it to 690, more than 3 times what she could make in the fields.
That must have created some intense pressure to perform.
Oh yeah, and the rules were super strict. No asking for extra drinks, no drugs, absolute punctuality. But you know what's fascinating? She treated it like a business education. She figured out which customers had deeper pockets, learned negotiation skills, even started mapping out career moves between different types of bars.
The way she approached this strategically really challenges our assumptions about agency in sex work, doesn't it?
That's, well, that's exactly what makes her story so compelling. She never presents herself as a victim. She made calculated decisions, like avoiding bikini nights because it wasn't her strength, or targeting older single customers instead of younger ones. Every move was strategic.
How did she maintain boundaries in such a challenging environment?
She developed this incredible professional persona while keeping her true self intact. Like, she learned exactly how much closeness to allow, when to push back, how to handle different nationalities. And through it all, every baht she earned went back to support her son,
The skills she developed are really quite remarkable when you think about it.
right? She basically became fluent in cross-cultural psychology, marketing, negotiation, all while dealing with the emotional weight of being separated from her child. And by 20, she had worked her way up to being a bar fine girl, which meant higher earnings but also required more sophisticated boundary setting skills.
What does her story tell us about the broader economic realities in Thailand?
You know, it really exposes these stark contrasts, these glittering tourist areas right next to communities where people struggle to earn a few dollars a day. And for many young women, the bar industry becomes this bridge between worlds, problematic as that might be.
Looking ahead, what can we learn from stories like hers?
I think it forces us to look beyond simple narratives about exploitation versus choice. Her story shows how economic realities create complex decisions that don't fit neatly into Western moral frameworks. It's about survival, adaptation, and the incredible resilience of the human spirit in challenging circumstances.